Good morning, everyone. My name is SHASMITA Dave, and my supervisor is Mr. Arif Ruhullah. My final year project is Brain-Computer Interface for Stroke Rehabilitation. This will be the table of content for my proposal presentation. So first of all, the background of study. What is brain-computer interface? Brain-computer interface measures the brain activity, extract the features from the activity, and convert those features into outputs that replace, restore, enhance, supplement, or improve the human functions. BCI do not use normal neuromuscular output pathways. The main goal of BCI is to replace or restore useful function to people disabled by neuromuscular disorders. Numerous tasks may suffer severe impairment as a result of stroke, with chronic motor dysfunction posing one of the biggest problems. In patients with persistent stroke, rehabilitation can enhance the most function. Around the world, there were 11.9 million new cases of stroke in 2017 and around 104.2 million stroke survivors. Stroke is the third most common cause of disability and the second most common cause of death globally. Therefore, in order to improve stroke outcomes generally, there will be a larger demand for enhanced neurorehabilitation as well as the higher capacity in stroke care. Motor imagery is a dynamic state in which someone imagines doing a specific function. Patients who have these kinds of remarkable experience typically feels as though they are doing this action. By using robotic prostheses, wheelchairs and other equipments, individuals with motor disability or those who are entirely locked in can interact with the surrounding through motor imagery based brain-computer interface. So this will be the percentage of adults ages 18 to 64 who get no aerobic physical activity by disability type. So the mobility is the highest percentage. So by that we can conclude that about 15% of the world's population is with some form of disability, of whom 2 to 4% experience significant difficulties in functioning. So this is a global estimate for disability, is the one of the rise due to the population aging and the rapid spread of chronic diseases. So from that, my objective is to conduct an experimental study of the performance of using motor imagery based brain computer interface for stroke rehabilitation, and the second objective is to analyze the performance of using motor imagery based brain computer interface for stroke rehabilitation. The scope of the study is the project's primary focus is on evaluating the effectiveness of the movement control based on a brain computer interface using motor imagery. And the significance of the study is this project is focused on the 5 sequential steps: data acquisition, pre-processing, feature extraction using common spatial pattern, classification using linear discriminant analysis, which is LDA, for control module application, and movement control application. And the problem statements are: it is essential to regain motor functions after a stroke in order to perform daily activities. However, this recovery is frequently uneven and insufficient. The brain signal consists of numerous simultaneous actions and they are largely unclear and unknown origin. The participants must concentrate for considerably amount of time while visualizing their body moving without any interruption as part of the rigorous training procedure. So this would be the problem statements. Chapter 2, literature review. So first table here is the category for the feature extraction and classification with the techniques that have been used, and followed by the articles for the literature review and type of the signals in BCI. And the third picture here is the comparison of classification algorithm used for MIBCI with advantage and limitations. And the last table here is the comparison of feature extraction techniques used for MIBCI with the advantage and limitations as well. So from that, the feature extraction and classification method that I would like to propose is this common spatial pattern is one of the most effective feature extraction methods used in binary motor imagery task classification, and the linear discriminant analysis has been successfully used for classification of right and left hand motor imagery. And this will be the related works of BCI on stroke patients. Chapter 3, proposed methodology. So it starts from data acquisition, followed by data pre-processing, feature extraction and selection, classification and application. So the signal acquisition stage captures the brain signals and may also perform noise reduction and artifact processing. And then followed by pre-processing stage prepares the signal in a suitable form for further processing. And then the further followed by the feature extraction stage identify the discriminative information in the brain that have been recorded. So once it is measured, the signal is mapped onto a vector containing effective and discriminant features from the observed signals. And then the classification steps classifies these signals taking the features vectors into account. And finally the control interface stage that translates the classified signals into a meaningful command for any connected device. So this will be the project flow starting from the project ideation until the conclusion relative to the objective achievement. And this will be the system workflow. So the GRAS MI BCI stimulator will be employed in the system architecture of the MI BCI system, which produce two commands, which is the left and the right target classes. So for one command, the number of trials or repetition each run will be recorded as 20. So while the online test is included feedback, the offline training involved measurement without it. So the participant will be facing the computer monitor, will be positioned around 40 centimeter in front of them and comfortably situated with the arm resting on the chair. And this will be the Gantt chart for FYP. So in order to conduct this BCI task, so we need the EEG device, which is the G Nautilus wireless biosignal acquisition EEG cap, will be worn on a headset, which cause the signal to be amplified by the actual DC connector before connecting wirelessly transferred to the base station that will be attached to the computer through the USB connection. And then this will be this image depicts the student sitting in position during the measurement of BCI control signal in front of the computer, and this will be the EEG electrode placement. And this image is the movement of MI pre-experiment for training purpose. The software environment that is involved is the brain vision recorder to record the EEG recording, and then we have MATLAB, Excel and OpenWipe. This will be the expected result from my final year project. So the first image here is the examples of the user's accuracy when running the motor imagery scenarios, and I've proposed to use 10 subjects as well. And the second figure is the calculation of the sensitivity, specificity and the accuracy. So this will be the formula that I'll be using. And the last but not least is the categorization of the ROC curve. So after I obtain my curves, so this will be used for the categorization purpose. The expected results are the overall percentage accuracy of motor imagery brain-computer interface experiment presented on implementing common spatial pattern CSP as feature extraction, classification using linear discriminant analysis throughout the experiment. Finally, the receiver operator curves characteristic will be presented for each subject. I intended to examine the area under the ROC graph based on the computer sensitivity and the false positive rate. Conclusion. For those with neurological diseases, the motor imagery brain-computer interface offers a non-muscular communication route. It is necessary to extract informative and discriminative features in order to develop a reliable MI-BCI system. Common spatial pattern has proven to be effective and is frequently utilized in BCI to extract characteristics from motor imaging tasks. The classifiers translate these features into device commands. LDA have been proposed to use as a classifier. This study examines the effectiveness of a brain-computer interface based on the motor imagery from stroke rehabilitation. That's all from me. Thank you.